Hey everyone, what is going on? Wow, that was really loud. It is Eric Strawberry, your boy, the Chiefs, coming for that number one seed, and we are back with another PML podcast. And today we're here with the commissioner of this great league, Jags 19. What is up, Jags?
Hey, what's going on, guys? We
Oh,
here, fucking, it's playoff time. Extra week this year, extra week forever, but it's a little bit weirder because, we'd be going into only having 2 weeks left, but we still got 3 weeks to go.
shit's
So, and
getting grimy.
there's some fucking good games coming up too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're here to talk about the playoffs exclusively, though. I mean, if you ain't in the race, don't expect to hear your team mentioned, unless you're gonna play spoiler and you play
Yeah,
one of
you
these
could.
teams the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
Maybe you
there's a
can get
couple
mentioned
teams
then.
there's a couple trap games. I definitely see some trap games.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be at least a couple upsets that we do not see coming.
There is a lot of good games on tap. That's all
Oh
I can
yeah.
say. The final 3 weeks, so there's a lot of people fighting for buying for playoff spots
Oh
and
yeah.
whatnot.
Well, here, let's get into it. We'll start with week 15, the current week we got right now. Most of these games are played. A couple slackers. That Chiefs dude always wait until the end to play his games. Thursday
That
night,
night,
dude. Yeah, he's gonna be the last game played. What a joke. Unbelievable.
I actually didn't write down anything for the Wednesday or for week 15 games. What games are important that are kind of left? I know the Falcons and Niners are left.
I mean, Dolphins play the Jets. He should probably win. Are the Packers still in the hunt?
No.
Okay, well, the Ravens are, so he's
Yeah,
got
that's
he's got
true.
to beat the Packers to keep up with the Browns, who actually won just a little bit ago. They took care of the Raiders. 42-21 was the final there. It was actually a pretty close game up until the end, going back and forth. Lamar had another great game, I'm sure. Actually, he was held in check a bit. Only 117 on the ground, a long of 63 though. So other than that, a good job stopping him. Um, yeah, and then we got Falcons Niners. That actually I think has some playoff implications. Does it,
Yeah,
Cody?
it does. Yeah, oh yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it really does. The NFC South is between three teams, and the West is wide open still. Now that the Rams lost, and the Rams got kind of a tough finish too. So
All right.
it's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be interesting down the stretch. We want to start with the NFC. We want to start with the fucking
Yeah. Let's
AFC
start with the
first.
NFC. I mean, we can actually let's just start with the West as we were talking about. Right now, we got the Rams sitting on top at 11-3. I think they did just lose this week, though, right? Who was it?
Yep, they just lost to the Seahawks. When the Seahawks needed
Seahawks.
that win, they moved to 8-3. I mean 8-3, 8-6. Sorry. And they are right in the thick of this now, especially with the Eagles losing today to Washington. They're both sitting at 8-6.
And yeah, so the Niners are right here at 8-5, also playing the Falcons, who are 6-8, or no, 6-6, 6-6-1. God damn,
So
that tie always gets
yeah,
you.
that tie is my tie.
Honestly, though, that's look like they're a game and a half up right now on the Saints. The Panthers are at 5-9, so 2.5 up on them with 4 to play. Um, so I mean, and the Buccaneers are out of it. So the Falcons win against the Niners, they'll be sitting good. The Niners, though, that is a huge game in terms of just the NFC playoff picture. Because after them, oh wow, we've got, dang, this is loaded. Wow, the East again, the NFC East.
Dude, the NFC. Listen to this. This is what the NFC East finishes with. Starting at week 16, we got the Giants at the Eagles. Washington at Dallas. Then we got the Eagles. Next week is Eagles at Washington. Then we got. Oh, I don't think the Giants and them actually play. But then scrolling down to week 18, sorry, we got Dallas at Philly and then Washington at the Giants. So like they're
Wow.
all battling for spots and they're
And I'm
all gotta
looking
play each other
at some
still.
of these division records here, and it's actually kind of surprising. Like it's not as like even as you would think it is. The Cowboys are 0-4 right now in their division, so they really need to pick up some division games because these
Right.
tiebreakers could really kill them. The football team, they are sitting on top right now of the division at 10-4 currently, a game up on the Giants, and they are undefeated right now, 3-0 in the division. And the Giants, who right behind them, they're 3-1 in the division. So yeah, I
And
mean
they
it's looking.
finished too. So that could be for the NFC East towards the end.
Yeah, I mean the playoffs have already started pretty much for the NFC East. It looks like. I mean a good handful of the NFC, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you take out a couple teams from a couple divisions and yeah, they're all right there. There's also like three teams battling for like a division, like within a division, besides like the North, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of the North, yeah, we've got the Vikings sitting on top of that division, 11-3 right now. The Lions behind them, 9-5 in second, and then we got the Bears and Packers at the bottom, 5-8 and 5-9 respectively. So it's looking like the Vikings are going to take this one. And honestly, if things shape out for them, they could get that number one seed. I don't really.
Speaking of, they play next week.
The Vikings and Rams, or
Yes, sir.
oh yeah, that's a juicy matchup. Yep, playoffs already. It doesn't even matter if you're a top seed.
That's the juicy matchup next week.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, we've got some good ones for you on tap. Um, I don't know. Do we want to dive into that one a little bit? Just I I was able to. I didn't play either of those teams actually this year. I've
I
watched.
played
Go on.
I played the Rams, and with that, Ramsey pretty much shuts down like your top guy because he's Ramsey, or you're a little too scared to throw it that way. And then, he's just got Donald too, and it's just a tough. It's just a tough D. I will say though, if you can shut down his run though, and you can get him into passing situations, you'd be able to probably win a game
That's kind of the
because I held
blueprint.
him.
What you got to do.
I held him to 61 passing yards and three picks. He still had two TDs, but he had like 250 rushing yards on me. So it
Hmm.
was 21-14 was the final score. So it was a close game. I just couldn't really come back. I fell down too early, honestly. Just couldn't come back on him. But
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, looking at this roster right here, I know I've seen a couple games of his too because he tends to stream them. Cam Akers has just been deadly this year. I know the way he runs with them, and honestly, just the way that the NFC. I feel like their style in general, like the way they run. I don't know. I don't
yeah,
see it too much in the
I
AFC,
I
but
did play that whole division. So yeah, they all play very similar with their running backs and
the NFC
not really
East too,
relying on
from
their
what I.
passing game so much.
But I mean, it's not like they don't have weapons
No,
for
no, and they
receivers
can
like Cup,
pass if they
Woods,
need to.
Shepard, Djax to stretch the field if they need to. And I mean, they still got Higbee, and Bryson Hopkins is no slouch in this game if you use him right. And Jacob, a
Mhm.
91 speed rookie tight end. Wow, I might trade for that guy. What?
Put him on the board.
Right? uh, But yeah, I mean, and obviously everyone knows the Rams defense is ridiculous. Moving over to the Vikings quick, I kind of want to just scroll down their roster. I haven't got to see too much of their games, I feel like this year. Who's he have at running back? Yeah.
That's a
Naganu,
weird dude. Yeah, the guy. Yeah, that
Madison,
dude.
Cousins. So I'm guessing wow, he doesn't even have Jefferson. Like, this roster seems pretty depleted, and for him to be doing what he's been doing is really impressive, honestly. Like, I'm assuming he's got quite a few picks coming up based on just the fact that he traded away a lot of his talent. So, I'm guessing, yeah, Eric Kendrick's a beast. He's got a good, solid defense still. Okereke, or crap, I think it's Okereke now. I can't remember. But
His receiver?
huh?
His receiver, you said?
No, I was talking about the linebacker. He doesn't pronounce it Okereke anymore. It's Okereke, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's just got solid fundamentals like all throughout. It seems like because there's not too much standouts on this roster. He's got good solid linebackers and speed and a good front. It looks like, and I'm sure he just plays solid defense on the back end with what he's got and able to just get wins. Yeah, I can't really break it down too much more for the Vikings just because I haven't seen a whole lot of their games. But
yeah, I haven't really. I would have to agree with you. I haven't really seen much of their games this year. I think maybe one early on, but yeah, he usually plays a little bit later at night, so it's
is
hard.
that the thing here? I'm gonna pull up his stats quick actually, and then just get a feel of what he likes to do a lot because I'm actually just interested at this point. And yeah, Cousins is having a solid year, 37 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. So I mean, really just taking care of the ball. Ngannou, over 1,300 yards rushing, averaging like over 5 a carry. And Dan Chisena, his leading receiver, 1,100 yards, 14 touchdowns. Let's see if there's anything special about this. I mean, 94 speed, 6'3". I mean, solid dude. If he can get him up to like a star or something, he could definitely be a problem in this league. Thielen just does a couple things. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he just plays solid, takes what you give him. So that's always hard to stop. And if you know what you're doing,
Very
know
true.
football, like you're gonna get wins, no doubt. So I mean, hats off to the Vikings. I'm definitely excited for this Vikings Rams game. Hopefully, they stream it and we can check it out.
Yeah, that'd be.
Because that's gonna be one of the
That's it.
games of the week for sure.
Number one seed on the line right there. And it's just super important because now with the recent change that the only number one seed gets the home field advantage, not 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Goes a long way. So as it shapes out right now, we got the Vikings number 1, Rams 2, Washington 3, Atlanta 4, Giants 5, Lions 6. Both of them is coming down to like common games. I didn't go that deep yet because I mean we're not there yet, so they can be tied. And then we got the Eagles at 8 and 6, sitting at the 7 seed, with the Niners coming in at number 8 at 8 and 5, and then we got Seahawks at 8 and 6, and then the Cowboys 7 and 7, and then the only 2 teams that are left are the Saints sitting at 6 and 8. Battling for the NFC South, and then the Panthers sitting at 5 and 9. That win they got last week was a huge momentum change for them. And
are the Panthers gonna be that team that just completely, like record-wise, doesn't deserve to be in there, is matched up against like a far superior team in the playoffs, and then somehow pulls it out?
Pulls a playoff win out.
Yeah,
he does. I believe Carolina and New Orleans had to play again, and Atlanta and New Orleans play the very last week of the season. So I mean that could be that very well damn near could be for the division too.
Mm-hmm.
So that last week is very interesting. There's the NFC East that could be on the line, the NFC South, the NFC West with the Niners and Rams maybe.
Yeah. Let's pop into these standings. I mean, we'll move on to the AFC now that we pretty much finished up the NFC. I mean, at least where we're at right now. We'll do we'll end with predictions, I guess, at the unless you want to do
At the
them right
end.
now. Yeah, we'll just
Yeah,
do
we
them
can.
all. Well, yeah, let's run through the NFC, what we kind of think, how it's going to shape up.
Vikings are gonna walk away with the NFC North, I think, but I don't think they'll be the 1 seed. I think they'll end up getting the 2 seed.
So you're basically picking the Rams next week?
No, I think Washington will end up being the number 1 seed when it's all said and done.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. How do you know how their schedule plays out off the top of your head?
Washington plays Dallas. Um, Philly and the Giants. So they got a tough stretch to go, but I mean, they're 3-0 in the division, so there's no reason why they can't win them again. I know it's tough to win fucking division games. It's really hard to with those people that are in that division. They've been fucking, just lights out this year. I think the Giants started almost 1-4 or something this year, and they've been on a streak. The Eagles have been battling all season long. So it should be very interesting.
Yeah, he just beat the Eagles this week 24-17, so that will be interesting to see how that one goes out. Okay, what is happening here? Oh my god. Sure, do it. Just don't break my computer. What the F? Alright, sorry about all that. Oh my god, is this still live? We're good, yeah.
Pause for 30 seconds to station notification.
Right, yeah. This shit's brought to you by Yingling. My East Coast folks, baby. Shout out. Alright, no, but for real. Back to the NFC East, now that we got that sponsor out of the way. Football team, yeah, they just beat the Eagles 24-17. They got them again in 2 weeks, but I mean, that's crazy how literally they finished with 5 division games this year. Like, the NFL really did that in real life. Cowboys, Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants. That is actually insane.
The NFC, they're probably like, the NFC East is going to be a shit show anyway, so.
It's probably going to be like a total of like 20 wins in the whole division. So.
Like, one of these games will hit where it'll be the division, so we'll just put them all at the end.
Yeah, probably right. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, what I was gonna say though before the stupid computer threw me off track was Washington has, I feel like, caught their stride lately. I mean, since week 8, they've lost 1 game. I mean, most of them have been more than 1 possession wins too, or at least like a touchdown. So I think, I mean, they struggled early. They had kind of a tough schedule, especially like in that middle season, and they caught the Packers at that hot streak. But, I mean, to only have 4 losses so far on the year, and again, like 1 since week 8, I think that Washington's really finding its stride at the right time. So I do agree with you that they're probably going to pull out this division.
I think New Orleans might actually come out on the south side here. For the South, I should say. That Week 18 game is going to be very interesting, I think. The Saints won the first matchup, I believe. They did. Because Atlanta's 0-4 in division play, which is fucking huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basing off that, that's why I'm going to go New Orleans.
All right. And then, here, why don't you just finish it out? What you got for wild cards? Or did we do the West yet? No.
No, we didn't do the West. I think Legacy is going to be able to hold it off and enough. And then the 3 wild cards, I'll go Giants, Lions, and I think the Eagles and Niners played earlier this year, and I think the Eagles won, so I'm going to give it to the Eagles as the last one.
All right, there we go. All right, I already said that I think Washington is going to pull out the East. I think that Jesus, dude, what is your problem?
Your computer is not happy.
I guess. Um, I think that the Rams are going to pull out the West and take the number one seed. I think they will win that game next week. But if they see each other again in the playoffs, the Rams and the Vikings, I think the Vikings will make the adjustments necessary to get that dub in the playoffs. So that's just what I think will happen there. Falcons. Saints. I'm going to give it to the Falcons. I think he'll win this week against the Niners and be able to hold on for the division. I do think the Niners, though, will get into the playoffs. That'll be one of the wild cards. Sorry, Vikings in the North. Lions are going to get another wild card. And the last one, I think, is going to go to the Giants.
Okay. You heard it. I mean, you could check it out in the playoff watch. So we'll go up to the AFC now, which is a little bit more simple.
All right. I mean, it's funny though. Like the seeding, like you know who's probably going to be in it, but the seeding is, or like everyone's got like 3 losses, 4 losses.
Yeah, it's still definitely close. So I'll just run down the standings real quick. As of right now, it stands as Cleveland sits at the top right now at 11-3. They own the head-to-head over New England. But if KC wins, they move up to number 1 because they own the head-to-head over Cleveland. Did you play New England at all?
No.
So that would come down to conference record and you have a better conference record. So yeah, it would go KC, Cleveland, and then New England if Jared pulled out the win against Punch. So that's how, and then we got Colts coming in at 10-4. Oh damn! Fucking computer shut off on me. We got Colts at 10-4. Sorry, I know. Fucking technology, man. Colts sitting at 10-4 at the AFC South. I mean, Lynch is right on his heels at 9-5, coming in at the 7 seed. I'm at 7-6-1 at the 9 seed. I am about another. Whether the Steelers or Lynch win again, I'm pretty much out. I'm pretty much out to begin with anyways. I have like a 1% chance of making it. And then we got the Ravens coming in at 5th, sitting at 9-4 because they own the tiebreaker over Seafield, who's also 9-4. And then we got the Steelers coming in at 8, sitting at 9-5. There's a lot of fucking NFC North games down the stretch too that have to play out still.
Yeah, the AFC North, I mean, they're pretty similar to the NFC East besides the Bengals.
Oh, maybe I lied. Maybe it's just Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
I have to play Pittsburgh, though, so, I mean, that is another playoff implication game coming up, too, which will probably have a lot to say in that division.
Yeah, and then Pittsburgh finishes with Baltimore, too. So
okay.
He got Berg's got a tough. And he just played Lynch too, so that's a fucking hard fucking.
And he
finish.
lost that one, yeah. I mean, yeah, I could see him maybe falling out of contention just based on that schedule. I mean, he's going to have to win at least 2 of those 4, I would think.
Because Minnesota has New Orleans. I mean, Miami, Lynch and Seafield play next week. Week 17. So that's a fucking huge game, too.
Yeah. And then Seafield plays the Patriots the following week.
So we got some juicy ones in the AFC, too. I told you, man. There's some good games down the stretch.
Yeah. I mean, based on that, I have the clearest schedule. I've got, I've got the Broncos, or I've got the Chargers this week. Yeah, I've got Berg, which is probably the only team left with a winning record on my schedule, honestly.
Then you got John Broncos.
Yeah. So if I win out, that should be probably the 1 seed there. Patriots. I think that Seafield can squeak that one. But even if not, if I win out, I have the tiebreaker over him anyway right now. So yeah, ball's pretty much in my court. I think that the Patriots will probably end up with the 2 seed though.
Yeah, I would agree. I
because
think Browns
I
will
don't know
be.
how tough CU's schedule is left. You said he
He's
had the
got.
Steelers
Let me
once.
pull it up for you. He's got Green Bay, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, Pittsburgh really the only one who should be too much of a difficult game for him. But I have the head to head over him as well. So I think that he will probably be end up getting the 3 seed in that case,
I would agree with it. I would agree with that.
leaving the South. Yeah, I
Which I
think
think Joe's gonna get that one because he's
yeah,
just
that's
got an easy schedule down the stretch. He's got he play. I mean, he
he's
plays
up a
Nas.
game.
Nas is not a necessarily an easy game,
No.
but he's not having the hottest year this year. So,
Mhm.
and then he's got who does he got the following week? Oh, the Raiders. I mean, he should win that game, and then he plays me again. So, I mean, we had a close game, but I just don't think my team's quite on par yet with his yet. So I think he might
Mhm.
be able to. And I'm really just struggling fucking with the run right now. My team is just not good at stopping.
Yeah, and I mean they got Jonathan Taylor, so good luck, bud. So that looks like the Titans are probably looking at a wild card along with the Dolphins and whichever either the Ravens or the Steelers, whichever is gonna. I mean,
And they play
yeah.
week 18.
Dang, we're flexing that game. So yeah, if that'll, I would
I
think that
mean,
it's really going to come down to that game. I don't know how their matchup went earlier this year exactly. I can look that up quick. We got I'm gonna say it was a win by the Steelers, and it was not. 27-34 loss for the Steelers. Let's see what happened in it. Kellen Mond, good game. 312, two tutties. I mean, two picks, but we'll let the rookie live.
oh damn.
Dwayne Haskins couldn't get it going. One touchdown and three picks for him. And yeah, 67 or 66 yards for Dobbins, 75 for Najee. So it was basically Pittsburgh was able to, or Baltimore was able to control the ball, win the turnover battle, and pull that one out. So I I would think it's going to be another close game, similar. Whoever, I mean, makes fewer mistakes and hold just plays better football is going to win that one. Um, but I don't know. It's not looking good for the Steelers. A 3 game losing streak, three more now. Unless they're able to turn it around, I would probably just have to give it to the Ravens just based on where the Steelers team is at.
I would have to agree with that. I mean, yeah, I think how it is right now, how the field is, the playoff field, that's how I think it's going to finish. Maybe not necessarily seating wise, but I think those seven are going to be in. Like you said, I just think those 3 games are just a little too hard. I mean, maybe he'll pull it out of his ass,
Hmm.
but that's a tough schedule and
But I mean,
down
it's
the
crazy
stretch.
too. Like
So
you lose three in a row, and then like next thing you know, you win three in a row, and you're on top of the world in Madden. Like you can't do anything wrong. So I mean, the switch can flip that easily.
yeah,
And
most definitely, most definitely. I'm
like
really
Berg
excited
is
for the
definitely a good player, no doubt. So not
I'm
counting
really
him
excited
out.
for the final week. So I mean, we got Washington, New York. That could be for the NFC East. We got New England and Miami, which could be for the AFC East. We got New Orleans and Atlanta, which could be for the NFC South. We got Pittsburgh and Baltimore, which could be for like a final wild card spot. And we got San Fran and LA, which could be for also another wild card or even for the division. And we got
Yeah,
Dallas and Philly on tab. That could be for another wild card.
this it's shaping up to be a great playoff hunt for sure. And I mean, once we get in there, I I can't remember a year it's been more open. I feel like, yeah, I mean, we're not always right with who we think is going to win, but I mean, most of the time we're pretty close with at least who's making the Super Bowl. But this year, like everyone could have a different guess, and I would say you're all valid because there's not a clear favorite right now.
No, yeah, I can't. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't remember where there was not at least one team that just didn't have one loss. There's always like an undefeated team or like a one-loss team, right? And three losses is the most.
Hmm.
So it's pretty thick. It's pretty thick. I like this. It means competition is, I mean, really close. So
Something I just thought of too. It's going to be really interesting to see how like momentum plays into these playoff games. Also, now like we don't even think we kind of just always glanced over home field advantage. Now it actually is going to mean something.
yeah, and it's a little unfortunate that I wish there was a way that you could pick which your home field ones. Like, you know what I mean? Wouldn't that be cool? Like you could pick your two that you wanted or something.
Yeah, I mean, I see it both ways. Like I appreciate like how they tried to make it like localized, like a team, like specific team advantage, like per your stadium and stuff. But there's only so much you can do, and like yeah, there's definitely some teams that have way more of an advantage. But that's also like true to life. Also, if you think about it, like
No, yeah, I
you
know.
go to the Charger Stadium right now, like they're the away team pretty much every game they play.
That's very true.
So I mean, it is what it is. Like you can't have it both ways where you want everything to be like true to sim, but also exactly fair. Like you got to take the trade offs where they come. So, but yeah, that's definitely something that we're gonna be watching in the playoffs this year. If I mean all these high seeds are the ones advancing, or if people can like overcome that
Play some
momentum.
spoiler. Yeah, and your teams that are out too, don't think you're out because you can still get XP for your players and shit like that. So, and you could play spoiler for fucking some of these other teams.
Yeah,
It's
and I mean
always
don't
fun to play spoiler.
don't feel like bad putting in like rookies and people that like I mean if you're out of it, get these
Yeah, if
young
you want to
guys
test
something
some
like
people out, yeah, get some XP out there with your rookies and play them a little bit more. And if you got like players you kind of were scared to play in the beginning of the year because you were trying to make a playoff run and you're not in it anymore, put those guys in, let them get a little XP, test them out, see what they got.
we allowed to test players in other positions at this time of year.
Whoa, no.
Just gotta throw it out there. But do you want to give maybe a Super Bowl prediction before we get out of here?
Sure, 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 sure. I'm gonna go. Pull this back up real quick.
All right, here. I'm going Patriots out of the AFC just because I got faith in Echo still. But if it's not him, I think it probably is going to be fucking Seafield. And out of the NFC, give me the Vikings. So yeah, I'm going heavy favorites.
I'm going with two people that have never won a Super Bowl. One has lost multiple chances at winning Super Bowl.
Echo.
I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go.
Oh.
CU
Oh, okay.
and Washington Flying Tigers.
Wow. Okay.
Believe in
Yeah, I
Washington.
forget that he doesn't have one yet. I guess the average Joe name change like makes me just think it's a whole different person sometimes.
It is a whole different person.
So,
But
who do you think's
yeah, that's what
taking
I'll
it?
go with. I think Flying Tigers get the first one. I think Seafield chokes again. I mean CU. Sorry, Seafield. I mean CU.
Give me.
Do you think Echo
I'm gonna
choke
go
it back?
Echo. No, I think he finally is able to pull it off. Mac Jones and the boys.
Mac Jones.
Who? Mac Jones. All right.
But I mean, yeah, that's all. I mean, you got anything to add?
No, I think we pretty much covered it. That's what we got for the playoffs. Sorry, yeah, if we didn't talk about your team, just be better next year, and we got you. I promise. Nah, but for
We'll
real,
definitely.
we'll have some more
We'll
of these
definitely.
coming up in
Yeah.
off season one, maybe even an actual playoff one or like a one like before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe we can do a mock draft one too, since they do a bunch of mock drafts. Maybe do something with that, look at drafting or something.
And I mean, hopefully we can do a commentary for the Super Bowl. I know we're gonna try to as long as schedules match up and stuff, but usually we're able to pull that off. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for these playoff games. Be sure to check PML streams and all that to catch these games going down. And yeah, check out the Twitter PML Commish. I think we got is that Professional Madden League is all the other social medias for
Yep.
Instagram and the podcast and stuff. So yeah, if you want all your PML stuff, that's where you got to find it. Um, until next time, thank you for joining us, Mr. Kamish.
No problem. Thanks for having me, per
Oh, you know
usual.
it, you know it. And then, yeah, as we do more of these, hopefully we'll get some more people on. This was kind of a spur of the moment one. We couldn't even get our boy Lynch on here. Shout out Lynch. He's out there selling knives, so you know how it is.
Yeah,
Um,
we just wanted to get you guys one, so you guys could have one. We've been
yeah.
trying, and I mean, last week I got sick and whatnot.
So, all right. So yeah, thanks for listening. Catch y'all next time. We out. Peace.
Deuces.